Kenneth R. Reynolds has always had a great love for music, and even a greater knack for being at the right place at the right time. Now merge that with his talent and his skills, and you know why his success was inevitable. When Reynolds couldn't find a job as a DJ in his hometown of Chicago after graduating from broadcasting school in New York City, he moved back to New York at just 18 years old with only $50 in his pocket and a dream. On his first day back in New York City, Reynolds landed a job working as a page on the Merv Griffin Show. Soon after he was hired, Reynolds' 90 words a minute typing and his superior shorthand skills made him the best choice for a position that suddenly became open as Merv Griffin's assistant. Reynolds worked for Merv Griffin as a regular office temp for about a year before the show moved from New York to Los Angeles. But before Reynolds even needed a referral that Merv Griffin offered, he was hired onto the David Frost Show as production supervisor. At the tender age of 19, Kenn Reynolds was in charge of all the cameramen and stagehands on the Dave Frost Show. He soon set his mind on becoming a talent coordinator and campaigned his way into being in the right place at the right time when the opportunity arose. Reynolds knew that David Frost loved to have singer-songwriters on the show, and Reynolds was a huge fan of Valerie Simpson's music. Reynolds convinced the staff that Simpson would be a good interview and was finally able to get Simpson on the show. It would be the first interview he produced. After Simpson, Reynolds was allowed to produce 90-minute specials with Aretha Franklin, the Four Tops, and the Supremes, just to name a few. He was even able to book the very elusive Lucille Ball. Reynolds' next Monday through Friday gig was at Channel 13 in New York. On the weekends, he would help a friend produce a black music show for PBS called Soul at the Center. One weekend, Sarah Dash and Nona Hendrix of an inspiring group called LaBelle were on the show. The two were so impressed with Reynolds as a producer that he was hired on as a stage manager for LaBelle's weekend gigs. And he was LaBelle's road manager until the members of the group went their separate ways. Reynolds' experience as LaBelle's road manager allowed him to build professional relationships with many journalists and news media outlets across the country. So when CBS Records came calling with an offer for him to become a publicist, Reynolds was once again at the right place at the right time, and his career as a publicist began. Over the span of almost 4 decades, Kenn Reynolds has been a publicist for Al Green, Stephanie Mills, the Jacksons, Gladys Knight, Barry White, Kool and the Gang, Isaac Hayes, Donna Summer, and Cheryl Lynn, among others. He also wrote the initial marketing plan for Whitney Houston for the release of her debut album. Today, Kenn Reynolds has his own full-service public relations business called Public Relations Plus. One of his clients, Anna Maria Horsford, said, "His loyalty to friendship is amazing." Another client, Kevin Arcady, said, "Reynolds knows everybody. He has this sort of network where he's tapped into everybody. He's a blast to work with." And good friend Jacquet said that Reynolds is still doing things for people without being told. He's just a giving individual. Reynolds has even received a commendation from Los Angeles County for his charitable contributions to Los Angeles. Kenn Reynolds' perfect timing and talent launched him from being a page on a talk show to owning a successful public relations business. Not bad for a $50 investment,